This conference will now be recorded.
Size agenda, we'd like to hear by anyone that's public comments who wants to sign up. We have a sign up sheet. They'd like to sign up for any comments. Would everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear God, Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight to ask you for your guidance and running the town of Boonesborough, that we do it in a godly manner, not only best for the town, but for the townspeople too. Oh Lord, we pray that everybody has a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Be with everyone and guide them and keep them safe, that they come back to us at the first of the year. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Looks like all council people are here. Well, we have to, right? We never know. Has everybody had a chance to review the November 2025 minutes?
Yeah. I gave, Kim a couple of changes.
Okay. Anybody else have any other changes?
I emailed her.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Few tiny little things.
do we have a motion to approve the minutes
I'll
as
make a
changed, as corrected?
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carried. Treasurer's report for November and also the corrections for October.
Yes, sir. So the corrections that I wanted to go over from the water fund in October is that we had received $484,454.63 in water, sewer, sanitation collections. The breakdown on that is $182,258.11 in water collections, $263,688.39 in sewer collections, and $38,508.13 in sanitation collections. That accounted for that large number that we all were a little bit surprised about. And then also in the sewer fund, we did make the correction where the $62,000 was received from Highs into the tap fees into the sewer fund user restricted account. Then moving on to November. Okay, the general fund at the end of November had an ending balance of $2,936,641.48. We did receive $16,125.24 in real estate tax payments. We also received $165,931.64 in local tax distribution. We did receive an additional $28,826.74 in highway user fees. And we received our Q1 franchise fees from both Antietam Broadband totaling $6,214.44, and Q1 franchise fees from Comcast totaling $2,229.14. We also received hotel motel tax revenue of $4,048.79. We paid RFP Inc. $40,950 for milling and overlay of existing basketball courts at Schaefer Park. And we did transfer $500,000 from our reserve funds that were held in our general fund to the First United ICS sweep account. And we also had interest earned for the month of $10,575.85. Our restricted funds had an ending balance of $124,397.03. Only thing in that account for the month was interest earned, $230.50. The First United ICS account has been established and set up. The ending balance was $2,503,928.09. The only activity in that new account was interest earned, $3,928.09. The other funds that we have are CDs, ending balance of $793,471.67. Of that, we still have our CD being held at Middletown Valley Bank for Schaefer Park, which is $58,471.67. The remaining balance of $735,884.35 is our wealth enhancement funds that will, by the end of this year, be transferred out, and we'll move those funds over to the First United ICS account. The water fund, we had an ending balance of $567,548.03. We did receive collections from water, sewer, and sanitation. Water collections of $34,271.06. Sewer collections of $53,674.19. Sanitation collections, $7,481.26. We also paid Scotty's Crane rental, $680 to seat the pump at Keedysville Spring House. And we paid WRA $6,755.39 for the Crestview Bypass project. Also, we did earn for the month $1,452.29 in interest. The water fund user fee restricted account has an ending balance of $1,457,150.12. The only activity for the month was interest earned of $1,552.11. The American Rescue Plan funds had an ending balance of $958,363.25. We did pay out Aero Consulting $20,814.24 for services at the reservoir replacement project. We also paid WRA $3,840.57 for reservoir replacement project. And we paid HRI Inc. $65,502.50 for the reservoir replacement project. We also earned interest for the month of $2,545.17. The sewer fund had an ending balance of $172,105.86. We did pay RFP Inc. $3,399 to patch over a sewer line repair at Canode Circle, and we earned interest for the month of $574.12. The sewer fund restricted funds account had an ending balance of $376,200.07, and the only activity that month was interest earned of $725.85. That is everything.
Anybody have any questions on either month, October or November? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept October's treasurer's report and November's treasurer's report?
I'll make the motion to approve both.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, or same, abstained, motion carries. Thank you. Ray, I can't see for the basket. Do we have anybody signed up?
No, sir.
Okay. Next, we have guest memorandum of understanding. Tony, presented by Boothbridge Cemetery Association.
Okay, I'll trade places. I'll put the other hat on for a few minutes. I'm here tonight representing the Boothbridge Cemetery Board. I'm the current president of the board, and we have been trying to establish for a little while a MOU with the town of Boothbridge, just so that we can hopefully get the website that we purchased with walking ability to find grave sites. I sent out a copy of the governor's letter and update that a lot of people get on an annual basis. But tonight I just want to present to the mayor and the council members, it's my privilege to be here representing the Boothbridge Cemetery. As the current president, we are respectfully requesting to enter into this MOU with the town that is being presented here tonight. It's the final step, hopefully, in the process that will allow us to get our walking gravesite application working with our new cemetery software. By allowing the roads within the cemetery to be listed as private roads as this MOU directs, this will give our roads recognition needed for Google Maps. As with all projects, we do understand that this is not a 100% guarantee that it's all going to work as we intend, but it is the next step. All other maintenance and upkeep will be the responsibility of the cemetery as it is now, and that is also indicated within the MOU. So on behalf of the Boonesboro Cemetery Board, thank you for this consideration, and I will gladly entertain any questions should you have any.
Well, sir, very nice letter. And you said you've received donations for some number of years. I don't remember receiving a letter until this year. So how about
Maybe it's just because your father passed.
I
Just
don't know.
got-
Lost in the mail.
I never got one either until this time.
Oh, really? I've gotten one for years.
Maybe I just take a couple more, no, I'm just,
Scrub your email.
yeah, I guess what the struggle is.
No, very, very good presentation. I'm be in favor of it. I don't see why not.
That motion.
Yes, I'll make that motion to enter into the MOU as Tony's described.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Drew didn't have any objections, right?
Drew drafted the MOU.
You object to your enemy?
I mean, I know we talked about it, so I just want to make sure there wasn't anything that Drew didn't like or liked or whatever. So
No, the only thing that we just wanted to be very clear about,
it's not our responsibility.
it's not our
File and
responsibility. That as long as everybody on both
Yeah.
sides understands,
Yeah.
we're doing this so that it gets included on the maps.
Yeah.
And that don't come to the town in 20 years and say, hey, you need to repave all these. That's not what it is. And that's what the MOU addresses.
We have a motion and a second. Hearing no other discussion. Excuse me. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstain.
I'll abstain, sir.
Okay, one abstention.
Thank you.
Okay, facilities, public works, Greg. Greg, before you give your report, I'd like to thank you and your crew for doing a very, very good job in the park. The park looks very nice. The town looks very nice with all the Christmas decorations up. And the elementary kids did an excellent job on their homemade Christmas decorations that they put around the tree too. Adds to it. So everything looks very nice in town, and thank you.
It does make a difference after they come back down every year.
Also, thank you for yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. Yes, the guys did an excellent job. The new park employees illuminated all that different stuff, like the bridges and the trees and stuff. And we had a bunch of extra lights. So I kind of told him, I said, figure out something else to spice this park up a little bit. We look at the same thing every single year. He's the one that decided to do the outline, the bridges and all that stuff. It made a big difference. It made the park look a lot
Yeah, I
different.
think it adds a lot.
It's very nice.
Yes, so they did an excellent job down there. And then on to the sewer collection side, everything's been quiet, knock on wood, no problems with the collection system for sewer. The water side, we had a water leak down on Potomac Street. Councilmember Weaver texted me about 4 o'clock Saturday. I went and checked it out, listened to it, decided it was not bad enough to put the guys out there at nighttime. We had luminaries coming from Sharpsburg, we had all that traffic. So that's state highway, so I automatically lose 2 guys to flagging. It was not even a quarter of what the last leak was. If it would have been the last leak, we would have had to do it Saturday night. But we ended up coming in at 12:30 at night. We shut the water off, turned the bypass on at Keedysville, fed all of Crestview and 34 from Keedysville. And so it was just a couple of houses that were out down through Potomac Street Police Department, which they're on out there, so they don't matter to you guys. But that pipe was in very bad shape. I was scraping with a paint scraper. It was taking chunks off with a paint scraper. You could take your ink pen and punch through the outside of it. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen again. We did end up with a lot smaller hole this time because it wasn't as bad. We only had a 6x4, so it's not going to be a $30,000 paving job this time. It'll be under 10. And Remsburg will be here this week, probably tomorrow. To hot patch it back, because all we do is cold patch it.
Good job.
And if you guys haven't been out to Dean South yet, they got the model home under roof. If you guys want to see
Yeah, I
what the
saw
houses
that.
are looking like. They finished the sewer line today. They'll do some testing. They got the 10-inch main to run out to Mapleville Road, which will be done here before springtime. And then they'll be finished with all the utilities out there.
Good.
Anybody have any questions of Greg?
Thank you, Greg.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Do
Good
we
job.
want to talk about a more permanent
We will get to
solution? We're going to get to that at some point for Potomac Street since this is not our first.
Pete, wastewater treatment?
We'll start with the water side. Everything on the water side has been running smooth last month, so no big problems, nothing happening there. Sewer side, been running pretty smooth too. We hadn't had no big problems or anything. We did receive the pump for Route 34 pump station finally. Got everything set up for the 18th of this month to be all installed, to be done, and completed. Other than that, everything's good. Nothing to report. We've been good.
Good.
On wood.
Glad to hear that. Thanks, Pete. Anybody have any questions of Pete?
You said the 18th, right?
Yes.
Town manager's report, Rachel?
I want to start by saying that I'm grateful to have, some more employees here for another year. Dave and Amy both have their 7-year anniversaries this month. And Greg has 23 years this month. So as far as I'm aware, he's the longest tenure of the current employees that are here. So
Employee, you gotta say hired someone that's got me beat.
he's not an employee, he's volunteer.
Yeah, I guess that makes me the old man.
He's the grand old man.
That's half my life.
Eric reminded me that I hadn't given an update from the CIP fee work group. I had sent the drafted document to our attorney for review. And then, the feedback that I got was basically that the current draft is inherently flawed and, it's gonna need reworked as more of an impact fee, rather than a general CIP fee. So that just is gonna have to be worked on more. And then, yes, Marilee, we wanna talk about the Potomac Street leak. So we've determined that we need to replace the 4-inch section of it as soon as possible. Drew has already contacted, Mid-Atlantic to come out and do test pitting so that we can see exactly where it's at and how long it is. That'll help us have more information, like how much it's gonna cost, how long it's gonna take. And then, you might remember that the plan was to eventually replace all of Potomac Street, but the
Yeah.
4-inch line is the emergency right now, so. Do you have any questions about it?
No, that's not just, was concerned since it's happened again.
We're on it.
and We are just at the start of it, so I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we got it on our radar.
Dave's on top of it. Yeah, good job. That it?
Yeah.
Anybody have any more questions to Rachel? Hearing town planner, Drew?
Lot going on in the planning world. You've got site plans for McDonald's running through the last phases. The Highs is out there being built right now. You've got Green South moving. Chase 6 Boulevard is out for bid. So that's going to be something. We have a pre-bid meeting on the 18th, mandatory for all contractors. I personally delivered or emailed to at least 12 different contractors for that job. So we should get a good return. 1 or 2 have already backed out. Mid-Atlantic backed out because they're like, we do utilities, we don't do road work, and so they backed out. But we hope to get a big return on that, keep that moving. Also got all the permits for Crestview. Crestview will be starting after the first of the year. We got the grading permit and all that stuff, so Crestview is going to be starting. I know Rachel sent out notice letters to all the property owners. We're not going to be on their property, but we're going to be right next to it. So we just felt that, hey, let's just let everybody know, even though we're not going to be on your property, if somebody has a question, because you will find people sometimes aren't exactly sure where their property lines are, and they make assumptions. And they make assumptions of where it is, and they think we're on their property. And of course, we had it all surveyed when we did this, so we know what the survey is. So there's been a lot going on in those areas. There's been a number of enforcement actions over the last month with signs. We had about 4 different letters go out for signs up and down Main Street, different people, different reasons, hanging them on fences, or in the case of Easter days, it was too many square footage of a sign, or whatever the case might be. So we had that also going on as well. If you have any other questions, be happy to answer them, but a lot of stuff moving around town. Pretty sure everybody's up to speed on everything. If you're not, please let me know. I think I did mention last time, Tractor Supply is probably going to be submitting a site plan next to Dollar General. They're already been out there doing the soil borings. The engineers have been calling my office about the requirements for site plans and all that. So we don't have a site plan. Nothing's been officially submitted, but they're doing all the engineering work behind to let us know that, hey, they are going to be doing something, and they are going to have to deal with state highway for any road impacts that they may have. The entrance permit that was granted for Dollar General, there was a traffic study that granted that, but that was only for Dollar General. That was not for what's happening there. It does give us a unique opportunity because when that site plan comes in, we may be able to find another way to provide another entrance into the ambulance company property. Remember, we had talked about, planning commission had talked about concerns that the ambulances are running out the same entrance that the volunteers are coming in. And this may provide an opportunity the planning commission's gonna look at, that maybe there could be an access road around, for the volunteers to come through or something like that. I mean, just an idea. But those are some of the things that we're looking at. So also going through the water and sewer capacities with the BMUC, we've gone through the sewer capacity. We started on the water to understand it, so we're going through that as well.
Any proposed completion date for the hives? Any?
They're moving as fast as they can, but I would say you've probably got about 3 months. So what they're doing now is they're starting to put the building up, and then the tank contractors will come in to put in all the fuel tanks. Once they leave, then they come back in, do the paving, put the pumps in and all that. But as fast as they're moving, I'm gonna tell you, it'll probably be in February or March.
Sounds like the Bear Wawa's on the Sharpsburg Pike, that didn't take long to go in.
No, but there's no, every day that's a business day, there's somebody out there working. There's never a day where, except that one day, I think it was pouring down rain, they couldn't do anything. But if it's workable conditions, they were out there in full force today. Let me tell you, it was cold out there today.
It was cold.
1 degree. It was real cold today. It felt a lot colder than 33 degrees, let's say that much.
Yeah, they got part of the foundation, though.
Yeah, great. They're bored.
I do have a question. Do we need or have a right of way to get to whatever the valve thing we put in to make sure our sewer doesn't
Yes, ma'am.
back up or whatever from, okay.
We have all the easements, correct?
Easements, okay. Making sure
Yes, ma'am.
we didn't miss to do something.
I have one thing on to Drew's, the bids for, Chief Six are due a couple days before the January council meeting, so it's, you guys know that everything is a very tight schedule for that project, so you're gonna have to approve it, or award it, you're gonna have to award it at the January meeting so that we can stay on track. Just a heads up.
So Drew, after that report, I have to wonder what you do all day, man. I have a question for you. So as I recall, there's about 10 acres out here of commercial property in town where the Tractor Supply is going.
Correct.
What do you think they're gonna take, an acre of it?
They're gonna take a big piece of it, from what I saw. Show you.
It'll take more than an acre, won't it?
Well, see, remember, that's all one piece of land out there. Clements never subdivided.
No, it's just
He-
advertised.
He can subdivide it, but if he has one client that comes in and buys the whole thing, he probably doesn't care. But, again, I don't know, let me pull up the site plan.
Yeah.
So what Tractor Supply did, that I got one of the engineers that I was talking to that was doing some of the design, he sent me a preliminary layout. This isn't official, this isn't anything that they're submitting, but it gives me an idea. Now, what you can see here, you can see on here, this is alternate 40. Dollar General sits right here. This is Beal, this is a town street. This is Beal, and they will take it apart here and an entrance here. Again, that property goes up and goes behind the Dollar General and goes over to the ambulance company property. That's why we were thinking, maybe we get them to put a road in or at least ask Clements, who owns the property, to give us a right of way so that the ambulance company and ultimately maybe even the church have a secondary access. At least for fire and rescue or something like that. Because again, those two properties both have the same problem. They have one way in, one way out. If you had an accident there and had to have fire in the church, I know they're gonna drive in the grass to get there. Look, I know what they're gonna do, but you gotta try to make it so that you're not throwing pearls in front of them. That's what they sent. So they've got, and this is an all-door out fenced area. This would be the building itself, and then we'll have to go through the parking calculations. You can see they're doing the truck radius turns just to make sure they can make everywhere fit. But if we look at that property,
So everything on the left there is out of town limits, then, right?
that is correct. Everything to the left of that is out of town.
Oh, yeah, outside of this property, because that property's still in the town limits.
So if we go here,
It's in its form.
Right.
that is the Clements property. So you can see the Clements property is this all the way over to here. It looks like Tractor Supply is gonna take this,
Okay, so maybe.
maybe up to here or something like this, but
He's gonna have to have some easement, or the rest of the property's not really
Well, from a commercial standpoint, not from a planning standpoint, but just from a commercial standpoint, nobody's gonna want a retail business tucked way behind that nobody sees.
Right.
You know, you're gonna wanna see it from the road, now, there's some elevation change, you might be able to sell it, I don't know, but, you know, we'll see what comes in, I don't know. It would, if you cut off this front part and gave it to Tractor Supply, then, again, you'd have commercial back here, but now we're gonna start having a question as a town, you have one access road in and one access out. Remember, that's the whole deal we're trying to stop doing around here and make sure that things interconnect so that the traffic flow patterns are better. So again, something that the planning commission will be looking at, that's something that's, you know, out there. Does that answer your question? I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, sir, thank you. So that's what.
About a third.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else have any questions of Drew?
No, thank you.
Chief, police department.
Guys got the report, and it was a pretty good month overall, obviously, and especially with Thanksgiving Eve. That really was a lot of fun. So, really was, yeah.
Sounded enthused.
It was, yeah. Hadn't had that much fun since HPD day, so it was good. It was a good night, yeah. So,
50-some stops.
yeah, yeah, I guess it was a total of about 53 stops and, yeah, 5 DUIs. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
5?
Yeah, total.
One night.
Just
And about, well, we got the first
I
one
say no.
probably by
They didn't catch.
7:30, 8 o'clock, the first one hit. We had 3 by 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The deputy took one up, came back and was in town less than 5 minutes and got a second one. Yeah. So that was all on Main Street. He got both of them on Main Street. And the third one hit on Main Street right at the AC&T. Yeah. So,
Can I just say as a resident from North Main Street, we really appreciate it.
oh,
We
thank you.
appreciate y'all trying to get them to slow down. And it's ridiculous there some days, but we really appreciate. what
We're trying to move the speed cameras around in the speed trailer and, yeah, we're trying. I
They
mean,
cheer for my door every time you guys stop. So.
thank you, man. First, we appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. So, I mean, everything's moving along with cameras. Kim probably knows more at this point than I do. I mean, they're getting into IPs and static IPs and they're not talking my language. So Kim's been a huge help in that. So that should all come together Wednesday. And I'm guessing the rest of the cameras will be installed along with the South Main. And
Very good.
Good job.
all the blocks are in, all the blocks are working.
Working great.
Yeah.
So already helped us with one case.
Two now. Yeah, 2 now. So,
Great,
yeah, so.
great. They're worth their
Good investment.
weight in gold.
I think so. I think it's certainly long-term, it will definitely
Yes,
pay off.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially with other jurisdiction, knowing that we got them now, cases,
Yeah,
like a suspect headed this way, you can check and see
absolutely.
where they went through town or not.
Yep, and I mean, with Milestone, talking to all the Milestone clients around the country, I mean, yeah, it's a win-win, and I mean, it certainly will keep our department small and manageable for the foreseeable future. I mean, you know, it will really save having a 24/7 department for years, I think, just with the camera system. And the amount of traffic that flows through here from about 10 PM to, 5 AM. I mean, so, yep.
Good. Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions of Chief?
Appreciate it.
Yep. Any mayor and council correspondence, updates?
Well, I got a couple. I sent you all an email about a little episode with this golf situation down at the park. I don't know how we're gonna address it, but for them to throw a disc from the back of the library down to the walking path and across the walking path is a no-no. And I saw them up on the ridge. They had to see me on the walking path. When I met up with them on the other side of the pond, they apologized, which is fine. But then in his second breath, he said, but we're going to be installing signs that tell the pedestrians to be on the watch. And I just shook my head and kept on going because it wasn't worth the conversation, but I don't know what we're gonna do with these disc golf baskets, their locations, and them throwing towards the walking trail. I don't get it.
Well, there should not be one over by the pond. It just shouldn't be over on that side like at all.
There's more than one over there.
Yes.
Right.
All that was
Yes,
made
sir.
perfectly clear, wasn't it, Greg? To the park board and to them, because you even told them.
There's 3 of them over there by the pond, and I took the ones out that the park board wanted out. So I called Jeff. I emailed Jeff the day of last council member, you guys told me taking baskets out. He sent me a map back with the ones that the park board wanted out. I pulled them out, laid them down by the work
I
plan.
saw them.
So that I did, but I didn't take any of them out because they didn't say anything about them.
But like I told the park board, if they don't want to oblige by what we told them, where they can put them, they can't put them in the wetlands or any gardens or anything, take them out. Goodbye, get them out.
Originally, he was supposed to be standing at the bottom of the walking trail, throwing up to the library.
Which would make sense.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they were throwing down this way.
Maybe people didn't understand the map.
Maybe, yeah.
Do it.
We don't have a map, do we?
Yeah, we have a map.
Yeah.
Do they?
Jeff
There's
sent it
not
to me.
room like in the open.
I'm talking
kind of
about the
field,
golfers.
You know,
Is
when
there
they're
a map for them?
No.
Probably
I
not.
didn't think so.
But I thought
There
they,
should be
when they
one
did the
online.
presentation, I thought it was supposed to be on an app.
Well, I mean, people can like be confused. and they-
There,
we're
the
doing
way
it
that, the way that I
wrong.
understand it,
If you're supposed to throw up, that would make sense. and they
Is there's-
know that.
yeah, there's tees.
That is true.
Yeah.
the
But you're
basket.
supposed to stand at and then throw towards
Yeah.
whatever basket, the same as if you were actually golfing.
Golf, golf, yeah.
See, that's
So
something we can-
maybe they're just
Because
throwing
it's not
willy-nilly.
golf ball, You gotta know what
Yeah,
way
you
you're
got it.
throwing
Golf
it.
courses have tee boxes to let you know how to.
Well, I know, sometimes people do get confused and do it wrong.
I'm just.
That's
yeah,
right.
I've
And
never
they have cards
played
too
disc
to
golf.
tell you the distance
Yeah.
between.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
What got me in got me from Tony and he informed me about it was that, he said that we were gonna put signs up.
Yeah.
So evidently he must know something that we don't know.
Like I said, there's not room that they could put more of the things over, you know, on the other side of the stream and, you know, in that open. kind
They're
of
not even
area.
supposed to go over the pond
No.
or over the, pathways.
Well, no,
at
because we
all.
don't want discs in the pond.
And my question is, what happened to all the tournaments that we was gonna draw and bring all these people into town?
Well, it's not completed yet, that's why.
Well, yeah.
Finished yet?
Because we
Yeah,
don't have
it's
the
not completed.
They're having people.
Sounds like Aaron wants to fight.
Well, no, I just wanted to do it right. They were told how to do it. and they
Conversation
didn't
with
do it.
whoever asked to have this put in, there needs to be a conversation.
Well, see, that's the problem. We've been trying to talk to them since August and nobody responds. So
Well,
that's
it's
why.
Natoma's daughter. You gotta get hold of Natoma
Yeah,
and maybe pass along the message.
yeah.
Somebody
I am,
needs to.
listen, we've done sent Natoma's daughter and her future or fiance or whoever it is.
They're married.
We've done sent them at least 10 emails
And no response.
and no response.
Well, maybe we need to send a certified letter, because if somebody gets hit, the town's gonna get sued.
Yeah, exactly. Who's gonna be liable?
We've been shooting them emails since August.
I would not depend on the emails. But certified letters maybe what they need. to do.
Yeah, I agree with
The
you.
park board needs to send it.
Emails have to be sponsors.
Because I don't wanna keep having this conversation every meeting.
Right.
Well, it's been talked about at our meeting, maybe we should pull them all up.
Well, the problem is with that, a lot of people sponsor those holes, you know? And they should get their money back if it's not gonna fall.
Well, that's the way I'm looking at it. We should have made, instead of making an 18 hole, we should have made a 9.
No.
Well, at any rate, I wanted to bring it up because something did happen. We need to figure out an action plan and we need to move forward with it, but they need to be held accountable and they need to follow direction.
Agreed.
Period, yeah.
Well, should the park board draft a letter and it get mailed, or do you want someone on county staff to do it, or how should we handle it?
That's a good question. What do you think?
Apparently, they're not responding to the park board's request, so maybe we need to come from the town manager.
Okay.
I'm sorry to put it on Rachel, but we need somebody's attention. Somebody needs to respond.
I'll get with you.
I was kind of asking, I wouldn't really tell you to do it. I was just asking guidance.
I'll I'll get with you, we'll work on it.
It's just been a very frustrating situation.
Oh, it has been since day one.
It's a simple thing, but they're making it very difficult.
It's your land, like Ricky said, they don't listen to you, pull them all out.
I'm all out. That's why I
And
told
they're about,
you, and ask Ricky, that's why I told the park board, if they don't wanna listen to you, yank them out.
And is that stuff still in your way?
And I pushed it out of the way, so enough I could get in and out of there. So we stage all our snowplows right there where all their stuff is. I just shoved it back a little ways towards Mary Lee's property.
Yeah.
Just a couple other notes. I did want to also acknowledge the Public Works Department. I know that what they do, we see, and nothing against, Pete and his guys, because we don't smell anything from the
Which
sewer
means all is
plant,
good.
which means it's a good thing, but, they're out of sight and we don't see what they do, but, all of our town employees, I mean, downtown Schaefer Park, it looks amazing, and Pete, we don't smell any sewer, so we know you're doing a good job too. Your guys are important as well. I just
Way to go,
wanted
Pete.
to acknowledge that Pathfinder's Distillery won the Best Farmer Distiller Bourbon Award at the national competition in October, October 24th of this year. So congrats to them. Ray and I attended Congresswoman Delaney's roundtable this past Friday on the 5th. And it was a very short window that we got notified that we could show up. And Ray and I rearranged our schedules. We couldn't stay for the entire round table. We got to stay as long as the presentation from our work group, but we didn't get to hear the final results. So I will reach out to the lady that I scheduled my time with so that we can find out what all happened there. I attended Old Time Christmas Parade and tree lighting in Schaefer Park along with the mayor, Mary Lee and Ricky. And I just wanted to add that my church was able to play the chimes. We played Christmas carols for about 30 minutes. I don't know who all heard them or didn't hear them. But I'd asked that maybe we could play those Christmas carols from our chimes there at the church. Trinity Lutheran, Evangelical Lutheran Church, if you're interested in church.
All right.
That was a plug, wasn't it?
Howard, Rachel, the chief, Lieutenant Rogers, Sergeant Ward, Officer Gilbert, and myself, we've all participated in the Amazing Shake program at the Boonesboro Elementary School. Tomorrow is the final round, so good luck to all the elementary students to see who I don't know how that works with the winner because I wasn't able to do last year, so.
They picked the top three.
Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. That happens tomorrow morning. This past Sunday was December 7th, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. December 7th, 1941 was a very sad day in the United States, and we need to not forget that and thank our military every day, but especially those that gave their ultimate sacrifice for our country. Last thing, and I'll leave you all alone, I did receive a special invitation from Antietam Battlefield to attend the 35th Memorial Illumination at the battlefield this past Saturday. I believe Howard was there.
Yeah, I did, was there.
It's the first time I've ever gotten an invitation like that. And it was pretty special because I was able to be there for the ceremony, and Howard, like myself, got lined up in a special formation where we got to enter the park before everybody else, which was really nice because I think people probably had to wait for like several hours and several miles of traffic to get in.
What you saying, three?
They put out 23,110 luminaries, which is representing either a killed, wounded, or missing person in that single day battle back in 1862. And the Boonesboro High School Honor Society had people there. There were 3 high school honor students that spoke, and Zoe Owens, Carol Lee McGibbon, and Stephen Hartz, and they all represented Boonesboro Honor Society very well. So it was an honor to be there. And last thing is we did attend the final town hall that was being hosted by Verdant on December the 2nd. Myself, along with Eric and Mary Lee and Terry, they presented the attendees that were there with 2 current plans. One would be a current plan of what could happen on that property with the zoning as it is today. And the other is the proposed floating zone concept that they are trying to get introduced to the town. The most recent plan that they showed calls for 1,010 age-restricted homes to be built along with some commercial development. And I did ask the question there, did you change the amount of commercial that's zoned currently to what you're proposing in this floating zone? And they said no, that the same amount of commercial stayed the same from either plan. And that's everything that I've done for the last couple of weeks. Thank you.
Did you get those daytime running lights turned off going to the battlefield?
I did not. I did not. Goodness.
And do it on the Hondas.
Well, you're one of the ones that drive around with your headlights on.
I wasn't on my head.
Well, you're gonna be uninvited next year.
I laid tires on mine.
There
lots
were,
of-
there
A lot of
were.
people.
We're gonna have to pick up Terry.
I figured out a way to turn my pickup truck lights off. Yeah, mine turn off.
How's that, Aaron? With the
That's
hammer?
free paint.
No, I got a special fuse. I just kept going through the computer till I found where it says lights off. And it worked. Yeah, I attended the same thing. I did, echo, guys with the park. Town looks great, guys. And beat guys, I'm glad we didn't get the ice and all that. You guys had to help salt and plow and everything last weekend, and hopefully maybe this winter we'll get by without having to use you guys to plow, but I'm afraid that it'll happen. We won't be that lucky. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Pete, no news is good news, buddy.
Pete,
No, that is something. to
Just
be-
keep quiet there, lay down.
It really makes you think when you go through the battlefield, and you see all them candles lit, that represents a human being that lost their life or was missing. So unbelievable, all in one day. One thing that, this past month that, November disturbed me a little bit, November 22nd, the news media had nothing, not one earthly thing on the radio about the assassination of John F. Kennedy that day. And I told Carol, I said, that is sad. Nothing in the newspaper, none of the radio stations, TV stations, never one mentioned it. And that's sad if our world's coming to that, that we can't remember a president that lost his life that day, so.
Something had it on there, something was on there somewhere, I saw it,
It might have been on
National
one,
Geographic, I think.
might have been, yeah.
It didn't get the attention it should have.
No, it did, it did, yeah, it did, so. Anybody else have anything, correspondence or anything? Oh, yes, I did attend the 10th anniversary of the tattoo salon Saturday. Yeah.
Too much going on.
Show them your tattoo, Howard.
No, I wasn't born with one and I'll die without one.
I got one right here.
I got a lot of marks, but not from tattoos. Yeah, so it's very nice. Hard to believe that she's been in business for 10 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 10 years. That's great. So, anybody else have anything? Okay, we'll move on to new business. Approval of WRA contract for Crestview Engineering, change order number 2.
This contract is just for, time and material, so it's not to exceed, 35,000. So it's just like for the reservoir, how we wanted to keep WRA kind of on retainer in case there were questions. It will be the same thing with Crestview.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion that we approve.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries. Approval of employees' Christmas luncheon, and bonuses, which will be this coming Friday, December the 12th at the Boonesboro American Legion at noon.
12 at 12. And I put approval, but I don't know that it necessarily needs approved because it's what we budget, what you guys approved in the budget. It's not outside of what we normally do, so I don't know that you actually need to approve it, but, just more so an FYI.
Be there.
What'd you say?
So we'll be there.
Okay,
Good.
absolutely.
Good. Consideration of planning commission recommendation for escrow account with Verdant Development Group. We met with them, at the planning commission. Our town attorney was there and she gave us her opinion and approval and said that it would be a good thing to do. So, any discussion? Drew, you have anything?
The only thing I'd add to that is one thing that they did provide before they were allowed to schedule a meeting with the planning commission. They did provide proof that they represent the properties that they want to develop. They did provide that information. I think we had some discussions earlier in the months that saying, they're allowed to do whatever they want, but until they officially represent the property, they can't submit these things. They did provide that. So I did want that to state it for the record, that they did provide that information. They do represent TT&K and the Flip property, and they are going to be moving forward with their process. Again, the first part of their process is about a bunch of changes to the town zoning. If you want to do that, that happens before they do anything or submit any plans or anything else. So that's going to be their first step. But as part of that first step, this escrow account is what they want to use to be able to pay for the review fees, so the town's not paying those costs.
So I have some text here, Mr. Mayor.
Yes,
So I wrote if no one else has anything to say. It does protect the town. So as the planning commission liaison, I think it's appropriate for me to make the motion as authorized by this 2007-01 resolution. I'll make a motion to approve the establishment of the escrow account. But I'd like to suggest, or I should say insist on 3 caveats. Drew, you listening?
I'm listening.
First, in the Verdant letter, they talk about the additional payment amounts to restore the balance. I would like those additional payment amounts to be determined by the town manager. I don't want $7,500 and $7,500 and $7,500. I don't want to be nickel and diming and bothering Rachel. So I'd like her to decide. The first one's $7,500. Maybe the next one should be $30,000, depending on how much they're using our people. Second, the consultants, as they've noted in their request letter, should be approved by the BMUC as applicable and also by the mayor and council. I'd like to make sure that happens. And third, as I noted in the planning commission meeting, the fees noted in resolution 2007-01, specifically section 2, will be charged at prevailing rates, not the rates that are mentioned in that 2007 resolution.
Correct.
Right?
Whatever the prevailing rates are.
So those were my 3 things. I'll give you a piece of paper here, Kim.
Thank you. I was trying to write it
So
down.
there were my 3 caveats.
Thank you.
People agree.
And I just had the one same caveat as you about getting the outside consultant, because our town people, office people should not have to use their time to do this. We need to get that outside consultant, and I think we should probably check with that guy. I think he said Wilson T. Ballard, I think was his name.
Yes.
Maybe check with them, check with Newmarket, see if they're happy with them.
Well, I took that almost, that Verdant was suggesting that person. So I want to make sure we don't have the fox watching the chicken coop here type of thing.
Well, that's why you have Newmarket, not
Right.
Ballard. Yeah.
So I will second Eric's motion with all of the amendments that he has proposed to make along with this escrow account.
Okay, we have a motion and a second with some amendments. Everybody understand what you're voting on? Okay. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, the same. Abstain.
I'll abstain.
Note that we have 1 abstention. Motion carries. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, Leslie, our town attorney, she spoke very highly of doing this, so I trust her judgment because she's dealt with these people before and knows the people down in Newmarket and all too. Approval to execute Main Street, Maryland letter of agreement. Everybody has a copy. Department of Housing, Main Street Program Agreement for connected communities. You all have a chance to look that over.
I have. I'll let other people speak first if they'd like, or I'll just go right ahead.
Go right ahead, Larry.
There's one in there. They on a roll.
Yep, you're on the roll.
You talk too much anyway.
I talk too much anyway, I've been told. So I read this, and my problem with this is honestly, I think, I'll say I think it's a good thing, but it's like there's a whole section here of responsibilities of the local government. And this just reeks to me of the stuff I dealt with my whole life in DC. Who's gonna do it? We can't keep adding on another thing, and another thing. And pretty soon you die of a slow death. So I'm gonna say, I'm not really a fan of this, just given the workload that I think it's gonna add to Rachel or Drew, or we don't have anybody to pass this stuff on to. Just my thoughts.
Well, that was my question, was who was the volunteer that was gonna handle it? And then it also says we're supposed to be in possession of an incremental work plan to meet the Main Street approach. Have we seen that plan? So, yeah, so like, I don't wanna vote on something when I haven't even seen the plan that we're supposed to already have to move forward. Am I wrong, or did I do something?
Rachel, has anybody approached you to discuss this any further?
Nope. Kristen just sent it to me, the woman at the beach sent it to me and said that it was required that we have this signed and returned to her by the 19th.
And no, I mean, I have a feeling I know who the volunteer from EDC is gonna be.
Well, Ken Esmeyer has stepped up. He's their
Yeah,
newest
that's what I
member,
thought.
and
Yeah.
he attended a
I'm surprised he
conference
wasn't
on his
here.
own dime. He has been involved because he was heavily involved in Brunswick a long, long time ago. But how much he's going to be willing to continue doing it, I don't know, because if you note in it, it says it can be a paid or volunteer. I mean, I don't know if he's,
Annual work plan.
I don't know if he's gonna keep doing that on a volunteer basis, or if he's going to want to be paid.
They wanted to look at a paid position in the future.
I know they did.
Maybe have an office line.
They should.
An office line. Was it rooted?
Do you have a recommendation, Ray, or
Right.
am I out of line with my comment?
Not out of line.
No, I think we have to have these points answered before we enter into an agreement. Otherwise, responsibility falls back onto the local government, which is us. And, I think our staff is fully, occupied right now with all the tasks we got going on with the reservoir, the intersection,
We got, county responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, I like the program, but I just don't know that we're quite ready to make that monetary commitment and have that yet.
We don't want to put ourselves into, commitments for time.
It's supposed to be returned by the 19th because she still has to get the DHCD person to sign it so that it can be effective January 1st. When does the EDC meet again?
There's not gonna be one until about.
Not until January. They don't meet in December at all.
I'm just not in favor of going forward with it right now. I think there's just too many variables that we need to have a plan in place before we say yes to this, because everybody's made the same comments. So it's just so
Yeah,
much-
I agree with you.
I
Started the
feel
budget
the same
process
way. I
to
don't
find
want to
out.
add any extra burden on their team.
So do I have a
Then we can
Well,
table
what do
it
we
until
table
we
it?
get
Yep.
more
I'll make a
information.
motion to table it, Mayor.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to table this until we get further information. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, abstain, motion carries. Thank you. Anything else to be brought before the council? Hearing none, commission reports. Park Board, Ricky?
Oh, this was a lengthy one. They went through all the stuff for the old time Christmas. That is it.
Park Board did an excellent job this old time Christmas. I think the kids were happy.
Yep, Yeah,
Tree
yeah.
lit on the first night.
Tell
James?
I buried that cord under the ground so nobody can trip on it.
Thank you. In fact, I even had a couple come up to me and ask me, said, "You're the mayor?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "We just love your town." She said, "We were here Memorial Day and loved the parade and the carnival for small town and everything. So we came back, we went on your Facebook page, on the website and saw that tonight was your lighting of the Christmas tree. And so we came. I said, "Well, can I ask where you're from?" They were from New Jersey.
Wow.
They drove from New Jersey down. He said, she said, "I just love your town." I said, "Well, man, why don't you just move here?"
Yeah.
She says, "He won't."
We cross the Mason Dixon line, we got Yankees coming down.
So they were impressed and they had a great time too. Enjoyed it. So,
Well, anyway, that's cool. We're not gonna have a meeting till, I guess, the end of January, from what I'm looking at.
okay,
I don't have that then.
good.
Good. And you're bad, Harry.
No, you didn't need a break. You need a break now and then.
Who was? No, we're good.
Hey, Kim, while I'm thinking about, it, he's doing report, let's make sure when we, put in for the submittal for the fishing derby, we make our changes to the time.
Yes, I was thinking about
Because I
that.
think you do that early, you know what I mean, way early than we think about, so just want to make sure we incorporate those changes this year.
Yeah, if you can send those to me,
Yeah, I think I did, but I can read.
yeah, if you can resend them,
Thank you.
because you're right, that should be coming soon.
Yeah, you did that early and I missed the deadline.
Thank you, Rick.
Hey, anytime.
Utilities, Tony?
Sure. BMUC last met on November the 19th. There were no public comments. We did have a guest here, Chris McClary with Online Waterworks. He presented a pilot program that includes 20 water meters at zero cost to the town.
Wow.
At the end of the program, the meters can be returned. Rachel, our town manager, did ask for a written contract, but the BMUC did agree to move forward. Under old business, under the reservoir, the new reservoir update, both tanks were tested and passed. The chlorine between most of its residual. Both valves in the tanks held their volume and the town received certification for both tanks. After completion of the Crestview bypass, a second test will need to be performed on the tanks up at the new reservoir. Crestview bypass, town planner stated that HRI was awarded the bid and contract will be signed soon. Internal water audit, town planner presented the water capacity management plan that was completed by WRA and is used by MDE. Calculations are based on a 5-year average, with Boonesboro and Keedysville being considered as one system. There's more details to be reviewed, and this will continue on for a couple of months. Under new business, discussion and vote to purchase new meters was recommended by our town manager, Rachel, that we remove this from our agenda now that the BMUC was moving forward with this pilot program. We also had a applicant to interview. Nelson Baker was interviewed by the BMUC as a commercial in-town voting member. We completed the interview process and we asked the formatted questions. The BMUC voted to approve unanimously to our commission. And I would like to ask the mayor on behalf of the BMUC that we appoint Nelson Baker as the BMUC commercial in-town voting member. And I'll stop there for a moment.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to appoint Nelson to the BMUC as a commercial representative. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, abstain. Motion carries. Congratulations, sir.
And what is the term on this?
It's a new 4-year.
4-year?
Why now?
Yeah, we're gonna keep him for
He
you.
ain't going anywhere. Under our systems report, Superintendent Shoemaker stated both water and sewer operations were good, still waiting on the Route 34 pump to be delivered, but we just heard earlier that it's here, yay. Superintendent Huntsberry stated that the water distribution side was good, but also stated that the sensor that we installed at Fletcher's Grove to monitor our surcharge concern, it only averages about a 1/2 inch in the channel at any given time. WRA has requested that we do send them some data to review, but Greg also recommended that we keep that sensor at this location until the completion of McDonald's for continued monitoring and data. Master meter that has been installed or was installed back a while ago about on Stauffer Avenue had not been working. We did contact the company and we were able to get that meter reset, and it is again collecting data. The BMUC will be meeting again on December the 17th at 6 o'clock right here, and all are welcome.
The town smells great.
And the town does smell great.
When did the rest of the pump come in? I know you showed me a picture of the case that showed up, not the pump.
It came the same day.
Same day,
Yeah, they just sent it in 2 trucks.
two trucks. Wow.
Makes no sense.
That
but-
doesn't, no wonder it costs so much to get something anymore.
Yep.
Why they ship it, instead of shipping it all at once.
Yep,
Just
Because they can.
just refresh my memory, how much was that pump?
that pump was 26.9, I think. it was.
26,000?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. It's got a 5-year warranty though. That's the most
That's
warranty you're
good.
gonna get.
That's what you need,
Yeah,
Oh.
but-
absolutely.
It's American made too.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions of Tony? Hearing none. Planning, Eric?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna reclaim some of Ricky's time and add it to my own.
Yay.
So, we did meet on the 25th under preliminary site plans. Fletcher's Grove, the propane tank farm, which is out there close to the grocery store. We've talked before about it moving from the west eastward over to where the new road is gonna come through close to Mapleville Road. The only thing I have noted there was, Drew is suggesting to have a concrete road into the new tank farm as opposed to stones, because those trucks will just throw stones out on the J6, so we don't want that. Dean North, which is the development, no site plan finalized yet, to the north of Chase 6 over towards Mapleville. The stormwater runoff there is basically 2 homes potentially could be affected. So Drew's got meetings scheduled, or a meeting scheduled with those easement property owners to see what we're gonna do about that. McDonald's, they did indicate their hours will be 24/7 initially. Sure, they'll adjust as they get, see how business goes. But the planning and zoning did give conditional approval to forward on to the BMUC, so that the BMUC can get their fixture unit count to determine the EDUs. And the conditional approval was because there has been talk about a walking trail there at McDonald's, and everyone's agreed to it, it just wasn't shown on the plan. And the ambulance company, Nelson, I've been working with the design engineer, they provided a copy to planning and zoning, just to keep them in the loop. Under other, I have here, the 11/25 meeting was the planning and zoning's commission deadline to submit comments to Drew on the draft comprehensive plan. You paying attention here, Drew?
Yes, sir.
I knew you were. So I had asked you before, who provided any comments, and you, at that time, it was myself and Travis Reiner. Did anyone else provide any comments to you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment.
There
right?
you go.
Well, and I just say, that's disappointing to me. I mean, officially here, gang, that's just disappointing. You know, that we have one member of the planning commission that provided comments, and I'm the liaison and provided comments, so.
Well, maybe it was such a good draft, there wasn't.
I don't think so.
No. Well,
Nice
anyway,
try, Mary Lee.
that's my comment on that. The bylaws for the commission, some minor details still being worked with, the town attorney. Verdant was there, and this was their first official appearance before the commission. Our attorney was present, their attorney was present, good representation from this, council here was there. So thanks everybody for that. They came with 2 topics. The first of the 2 was their presentation requesting an escrow account. Well, I think we've already put that to bed, so we won't even go through that. Their second topic was the floating zones, which I think we've all got a basic understanding now of what that is. So Mr. Foss and his attorney discussed the floating zone. It was sort of a high-level discussion. It was their introduction to the commission. They didn't really provide detail. Again, it was high level. The purpose of the planning commission meeting was not for the planning commission to vote to approve or disapprove that evening, okay? Bertrand has had several meetings at the Legion and a preliminary one here on May the 6th. At all those meetings, he has showed what the property would look like if a floating zone was approved. I think we've all seen that. We've probably even seen a map over here. So the presentation was basically, I'm gonna say it was a sales pitch. They did a good job. They were describing how the floating zone would benefit the town, how it will provide a better product, as opposed to using the current by rights zone, we'll call it. I've learned that the fancy word is Euclidean zoning or by right zoning. So that's the current zoning that was established back when the property was first annexed 20 years ago, or whatever. So again, it was a good discussion, it really was. I did find one thing interesting, that in our meeting packet on the Planning and Zoning Commission, they provided a draft floating zone text amendment to our zoning ordinance. I thought that was a little bold. I thought they were getting themselves the cart before the horse a little bit. I thought they just got ahead of themselves on that a little bit. But at any rate, as Tony already commented, Mr. Foss stated he would host his final meeting at the Legion on December 2, which he did. He would review a more detailed site plan of what the property could look like if the current zoning was used as opposed to the floating zone. So he did a good job. I really thought he did a good job out there that night. It was, I said it was collegial. I thought it was friendly. I thought he did a good job. Yeah, he could. So now, one more thing. Although not an official town meeting at the Legion on December 2, I recognize that. Not a single person from the planning commission came. And I just thought that was troubling. I'm sorry, I think that's troubling. This project is something very important for the town, and I just think someone should have been there from the planning commission. Because at some point, who, other than me, yeah. So at some point, the planning commission is going to have to vote to approve or disapprove a floating zone. And if it's approved, it will come to us for a vote. So I'm just gonna go on here and run my mouth for a second. I don't know how they're gonna vote to approve or disapprove anything when they don't have all the information. So I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. So that's my report, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You spent a lot of my time.
I know it.
Have you brought
Thank you.
Anybody here first?
You used, yeah, you used Grace time.
Chairman of that commission.
Yeah, I believe it.
Anybody have any other questions of Eric? Hearing none, EDC.
Oh, Eric, do you want me to submit my comments on the comprehensive plan?
What's that, sir?
You want me to put my comments on the comprehensive plan since none of the other board members did?
Well, there will be a public comment period.
Okay.
Or
I'll wait till then.
very good. And the planning commission, Drew and I talked, obviously, we'll get another shot. I mean, when everybody gets all their revisions and we talked about version control, you know, and that sort of thing. But yes, we'll take another look, for sure. That's where we're fair enough, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Ray, EDC.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, EDC will not be meeting again until January. I will speak upon these matters in February, more than likely. So I yield the remainder of my time to the gentlewoman from Greensboro.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. Environmental Commission, Eric, all yours. Ray gave you permission to use his time.
Wow.
We met on November the 12th. I went to one of their low waste workshops at the library on November the 19th. Very informative for people who haven't gone. They should really attend these. You can learn a lot and they get free stuff and you can get rid of some of your stuff. see. Website. There's a website that has, they talked about the EV station. There's a website that allows you to see anywhere you can go to charge. Solid waste. Oh, solid waste. They wanted to know if the street sweepers can do the parking lots, like at the farmer's market. Do you know that answer, Greg?
Yeah.
Yes, they do it or they can do
They
it?
can do it.
Okay, can,
They used to do it, and I mean, I don't know if the new guy is going to do it. I will find out for you.
okay, thank you.
Has that been running pretty decent for them here?
Yeah, when I come down, I showed the new guy that I guess which was their superintendent less, and then he left. So,
They can't keep anybody.
now my son was doing it for a while, and he knew Boonesboro, so he was doing all the streets, parking lots, everything, and then he went across the mountain to Frederick County and worked. And then the superintendent comes down, and then he's gone. So now I have to, I guess, I'm just waiting. I haven't seen him any of that last month either.
Which is who is it?
It was, his name was Les.
Williamsport?
Yeah,
We're still doing it for us, yeah. When it works.
That's Curry, is it?
Les Casper.
That's
Yeah.
Casper?
Les Casper.
Yeah.
He's been there forever. Yeah.
So the Monarch Way Station, the garden, they said it was a good year at that garden. The crushed glass path looks really good that's in there. The Appalachian Trail report, Spice Cromie, who is also a chef at the inn, she was nominated and won the Potomac Appalachian Trail Conservancy. That's, she won that. And the farmer's market, they had a good year. You heard Kathy talk about that. We had nominations. Janine is the chair, vice chair is Laura, and Spice is the secretary. And we have a meeting Wednesday, the 10th. That's how it should be done, guys.
Thank you.
And there you go.
One last thing. I don't know where anybody got up early the other Saturday morning, but if you never come and watch the JFK, it's unbelievable how many people is in town. This whole main street is wall to wall people. And it's just unbelievable. And they come from every place. Vermont, North Carolina.
It's a worldwide event.
It is.
I
It's-
house
it's
two of the
one-
runners and they love coming to this town.
They say that this guy that puts this on has the best race in the whole United States.
Was it Mike Spindler?
Yeah, yeah. Mike does an excellent job.
Yep.
And as far as a host town, by 8:30, there's nothing in
No,
town.
it's gone.
You don't even know it
Well, there
happened.
might be a sweatshirt or.
Right, but the porta pots are gone. It's just, it's like, wow.
Everything's gone by 7 o'clock, basically.
Who was the guy at Antietam Battlefield that's ran that race 50 times? He's finished at 49,
Yeah, I forget the guy's name.
and he could
Oh.
have finished it.
Goodloe Byron's
Son?
son, I think it was the one that ran it. But see, Goodloe ran it all
Yeah.
them years until he died.
But he's
He had a heart
Yeah.
attack.
That's why you should know those things, Howard. They'll kill you.
I know, I think you don't know. People ask me, said, "Did you run it?" I said, "My God, no." I said, "I never make it Mount Nebo." Because it's up the hill.
But he finished it 49 times. He would have finished it the 50th time, but he ran out of time because they moved the starting time back to 6:30. So he had to get off the course, but he was still out there trying to finish it for his 50th time.
That Goodloe used to run it every year, so he had his.
I thought, Jesus,
Yeah, I used
once in a
I used to see
lifetime.
him now.
None of the people that age is running.
It is,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. They're young and old. I'm surprised at the women that's running. There's a lot of females in that race too. I don't know.
Rachel, because you're smarter than that.
Most women are smart.
Go ahead,
They don't do stuff like that. Anybody else have anything to come before the council? If not, I'd like to wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Employees and staff, please don't forget December 12th. It's coming Friday, 12 noon at the American Legion. wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and everybody be safe. I move.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Do you have a second?
I second
And we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carried.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Now,